Hey friends, there's a dangerous game unfolding in the shadows. One that involves stealth, sabotage, and a decades-long rivalry that might just push the Middle East into a new kind of conflict. Israel has been attacking Iranian nuclear and military facilities. They've allegedly assassinated top nuclear scientists and generals, not in a war zone, but deep inside Iran. The question is, how are they doing this? And more importantly, why now? And if this kind of deep dive interests you, make sure to subscribe to Mr. America, where we uncover global stories that mainstream media often glosses over. This story didn't start last week or last year. It's been building up for over 2 decades. Israel has always seen Iran's nuclear program as an existential threat, but what we're seeing now is something different. It's no longer just about rhetoric or UN sanctions, it's about surgical strikes, cyber warfare, and covert killings. Let's rewind to 2020. Iran's top nuclear scientist, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, was assassinated near Tehran. Iranian officials claimed it was done by a remote-controlled machine gun using AI. Think about that. AI-assisted assassination, in the middle of a highway. Who was behind it? Almost every intelligence agency quietly pointed to one name: Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency. And this wasn't an isolated event. In 2018, Israeli agents broke into a secret warehouse in Tehran and stole an entire archive of Iran's nuclear documents. They physically carried out half a ton of files and transported it across the border. How? That part is still shrouded in mystery, but the message was clear. We know what you're doing, we know where you're doing it, and we can get to you anywhere. And if you've made it this far, maybe consider subscribing, because we're only scratching the surface. So why is all of this escalating now? The reason isn't just nuclear weapons, it's also about timing. Iran has been enriching uranium at levels dangerously close to weapons grade. According to the IAEA, that's the International Atomic Energy Agency, Iran has enough enriched uranium to build 3 nuclear bombs, if they decide to. And with global attention focused on Ukraine, Gaza, and elections in the West, the Middle East is becoming a playground for power moves. Israel isn't waiting for diplomacy. They believe that once Iran crosses the nuclear threshold, it will be too late. So they're doing everything they can, short of full-blown war, to stop that from happening. But here's the twist. How does Israel even operate inside a country as tightly guarded as Iran? Well, that's the real mystery. Experts believe Mossad has built an underground network of Iranian dissidents, ex-military officers, and even foreign operatives. Iran later admitted it was likely an inside job, and just weeks ago in 2025 another explosion occurred at a drone factory in Isfahan, followed by a fire at a military site near Tehran. Both blamed on Israeli drones, but no confirmation, no direct admission. It's a war without uniforms, without borders, but very real consequences. And I want to ask you, what do you think will happen if Iran finally retaliates openly? Will this escalate into a regional war? Let me know in the comments. Let's be clear, this isn't just an Israel-Iran problem. If tensions boil over, the entire world will feel the heat. Why? Because 20% of the world's oil passes through Iran's backyard, the Strait of Hormuz. One missile there and global oil prices could double overnight. And there's more. The United States is caught in the middle. While Israel is America's closest ally, Iran is a powder keg that, if mishandled, could destabilize the entire region: Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, even Afghanistan. On top of that, China and Russia are both quietly strengthening ties with Iran. So if this turns into an open conflict, it may not stay a 2-player game for long. This brings us to the final and most important question. So, back in 2015, the Iran nuclear deal, also known as the JCPOA, was designed to freeze Iran's nuclear development in return for sanctions relief. But then, in 2018, the United States pulled out of the deal, and after that, Iran resumed its enrichment activities. Since then, honestly, diplomacy has really stalled. Israel doesn't trust the international process. And Iran, well, it doesn't trust the West either. So, what's left? Covert warfare, assassinations, cyber attacks, and a race against time. The scary part? Both sides believe they're acting in self-defense. Both are preparing for those just-in-case scenarios. And the moment one miscalculation happens, even a mistaken drone strike, this invisible war could become very, very visible. So here's my question to you. Is this strategy of preemptive strikes actually making the world safer? Or are we moving closer to something irreversible? Let me know in the comments. The Israel-Iran conflict isn't new, but the tools being used now, things like AI-powered assassinations, sabotage networks, and long-range drones, these have changed the rules of engagement forever. And as long as there's no trust, no dialogue, and no accountability, this invisible war is just going to keep growing louder. Here on Mr. America, we believe in asking hard questions and going beyond the headlines. If you've learned something today, or even just seen things in a new light, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey. Let's keep this conversation alive in the comments. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware.